Welcome back to the Black Light Podcast. ThonLexy here with another live reaction. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got a great show planned for you today. Plenty of archetypes. Let's get into it. Let's take care of housekeeping. Hit the subscribe button on your way into the room. Also hit the like button so you can be notified. And hit the bell. Hit that bell so you can be notified every single time we go live at 7. All right? Prime time Thon. All right? If we hit that goal of $100 in the Cash App, we come back here tomorrow and probably do another Kendra G show or possibly Ashley Dalton. It's a toss-up, but it's probably going to end up being Kendra G. Highest demand show. All right, let's get into it. Let's reach that goal so we can come back here tomorrow. Drop a like, drop the location. Let's have a great show. Glad to be back to work. Let's get into it. Let's make it happen. I'm ready to get it.
There goes that man.
Playing no games. Don Wick in the building. Let's make it happen. Wrong intro music. There we go.
Oh, shit! Say it again! Say something else! Oh!
Emperor's first. Let's get it. We're going to disqualify a demeanor, then we're going to move on to our typical. Man, y'all know how we do it. We're going to do it the BLP way. Much love, black man. 1427. Appreciate you, brother. DC in the building. Edwina's representing Las Vegas. One of our very colorful commenters and subscribers. Very funny. Much love. Orlando in the building. Brooklyn. Let's get it. I love seeing the day ones in here. Great show for you. We must disqualify a demeanor, and then we're going to proceed as usual. My goodness. I have to download the graphic in here. Oh my. Sorry guys. I didn't mean to do that to you.
To achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
There we go. Milwaukee in the building. There we go. Okay. My tie is kind of needs to go this way. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's get into it, BLP family. Tampa Bay in the building. Hit the like button on your way in the room. Don Hefter. St. Louis in the building. Let's get it. What's going on? How y'all doing out there in St. Louis? 2 more minutes and we're gonna cook.
Let him cook.
Can't catch his hand, but I sure can throw him.
Oh my god. Okay, just.
Louisiana in the building. New Jersey, 901, North Memphis. Brooklyn in the house. Let's get it. I love seeing the range. Okay, 1 more minute. Well, we don't have to wait a minute. I'm ready to disqualify a demeanor. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on, man, over there at Kendra G show. You guys know how we do. Typical show order. A lot of our women, you guys are dead in the water when it comes to being in the dating market because y'all just think that you're gonna come out into the dating market with a brass demeanor and men are just gonna deal with it. This woman got ripped apart by the comment sections. I'm gonna let the video do the talking. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's spin the clip.
I'm
PA
trying to
in the
figure out
building.
why
Much love,
the
RM.
camera's not
Greatest
showing my whole
moderator
face.
on YouTube.
Back a little bit.
Hit the like button on your way into the room, people.
Now, honey.
Come on, y'all. That's a free way to support. Hit the like button.
Look at see you. Stay, honey, I can see you. Go back.
Can you see me?
Right
Okay.
there is good, okay?
The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
It's basically so when you have a sexy mouth, like teeth, lips, a sexy eater. That's
Everybody thinking.
yeah, I know. It's
What is
because
it stand for?
it's basically no.
everybody thinking. Now, girlfriend, you know a name like Sexy Eater got everybody thinking.
Yeah, I know.
I
know.
beg your
It's
pardon.
What does
because
it stand for?
it's basically so when you have a sexy mouth, like teeth,
But yes,
lips,
I'm very
a sexy
serious about
eater.
my meat.
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Eating
I know
what?
it sounds
What?
eating everything sexy, drinking
Such as?
sexy, eating sexy, sexy. Your mouth is sexy. Like you have a beautiful mouth. You could be a sexy. You're a sexy eater.
Ooh, no, I'm not. No,
Okay.
hell, I'm not. I'm an ugly eater. I'm ugly. I'm the trash eater.
But I mean, it's about
I'm the
your
ugly eater. No,
aesthetics
I'm
of your
not. I
mouth.
ain't no sex eater. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'll eat.
Yeah, ma'am. Like, I'm not surprised that Kendra G doesn't really want to be associated with that because again, it's giving off all type of awful implications, and I don't think you thought it through. Kendra's trying to help you. You probably should listen. Let's get back into it.
Nope. Not a nope.
She said nope. Okay.
What is your name, honey?
Angel.
Angel. Angel, where you calling us from, baby?
I live in McKinney, Texas.
Okay. Angel, and how old are you?
I'm 39.
Much love to Mick. He says, yep. Thanks, Mick. You one of them ones.
39. What you do for a living?
I work as a cybersecurity manager.
Cybersecurity. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have one daughter.
How old's your daughter?
She's 6.
6. Okay. Have you ever been married?
Yes.
When did you get divorced?
I got divorced. Actually, I got divorced in 2020.
2020. Okay. Angel, 39, cybersecurity, one daughter that's 6, divorced in 2020. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
And where you calling us from? What city you live?
I live in McKinney, Texas.
Texas. Okay. Let's do it. We got Angel, Texas, 39, Aquarius, cybersecurity, one daughter that's 6, was once married, is divorced. Was you married to your daughter's dad?
Yes.
Okay. You want to answer why y'all got divorced?
We got divorced because we just weren't aligning. He was abusive, and I just
Okay.
wasn't going to tolerate it.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Try not to have your hair cut off, because sometimes try not to have your hair cut off. Can you see yourself?
You said my hair?
You got to be careful with a lot of these allegations in the black community. We got a lot of women who, we have a lot of women who literally start altercations with black men, get decked, and then be like, something happened to me. DV. They start yelling DV. And, you know, I'm excluding a lot of you women who antagonize men, a lot of you masculine men who think you can put your hands on men. You women aren't the same as women who are just getting beat on left field. But I'm not saying that I don't know your circumstance, but I'm saying that so many of you black single mothers say this about the fathers of your children. At what point are you guys at what point are you all held accountable for just not being able to pick the right men to get involved with? I'm glad you brought up DDG, young boo. I want to talk about DDG for just a second. At some point. I don't want to ruin the flow of the show. Through the Wire podcast says Kendra G's live streams is living proof that there's no point in taking the overwhelming majority of black women serious. Her live stream is literally Exhibit A. I agree. Donnell Reed dropped 2 on the show. You one of them ones, brother. He says, Brother Thon, why she so nasty?
Yes, I'm very serious about my meat.
Brother, I do not know. And I don't know why she tried to just pull Kendra into it. And I'm glad Kendra G did a juke move on her, shook her, like move. Not everybody wants to be nasty. Not everybody wants to be loose. Kendra G might give off a lot of things that I don't like, but she's never really given off 304. Like she's willing to just throw her box anywhere, or like, you know, she even though she picks the wrong men. Like, a lot of women are like this. They pick the wrong guys, but they're still selective. They don't just date. They get in, like, one relationship every 3 years, you know, whatever. They're not for everybody. But they still are a little silly, though. And a lot of times you really obnoxious women try to pull the other women into your shit so you can have the comfort of numbers. We've all have been through this. Have you guys ever been out in public, maybe like Popeyes or the gas station or something, or the bank, hell, anywhere, and there's a black person who's acting out of pocket and acting loud and basically representing black people in all the worst ways. And then they look over at you and go, and you know what I mean, brother? Like, yeah, like they try to like level with you. They try to like bring you into it so that they don't look silly by themselves. I love ignoring those people. Like I don't even see you standing right there. We're not friends. Nigga, I do not know you. We are not the same. Get away from me. Have some class. And I'm not saying that Kendra G is much better than this woman, but I'm saying...
Don't have your head cut off. So I'm saying don't have your hair cut off. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out this camera.
We can
It was
see
like showing the...
you fine. I can see you when you sit right there. Stay right there.
It's like on my screen, it has like a black box, and it's like covering half of the video.
Well, I'm telling you, when you lean back, you're fine.
Okay.
Okay, you're fine right there, okay?
Okay.
All right. What kind of men? Why you keep leaning forward? Stop worrying about the comments.
My phone is like far away from me.
I'm worried about the comments. Focus on me. What kind of men are you looking for?
I'm just looking for somebody who's honest, funny. They have something going for themselves, whether it be like an entrepreneur or either just a career, but just something that they're happy with themselves. Somebody who's positive, who has a positive outlook on life. Like even if you're going through something right now, that you have a light to get to a better place. Somebody who's funny. I don't want a man with a bunch of kids because I feel like kids are very expensive. So if you have a bunch of kids and you don't have a good job, you're probably broke, or most likely you're not. I'm just gonna keep it real. So if you have a bunch of kids and like baby mamas, don't talk to me. If you don't have a job and you're like a bum, move along. You have to have a car because I'm not gonna pick you up.
What the hell are you talking about?
If you don't, I hope you like your mom, because I don't want a man that doesn't like their mom, because they mostly have like emotional type of issues, stuff like that. And also you have to...
Hold on, wait a damn minute, hyena. Wait a damn minute. Slow down. Slow down, fatty.
That's a big bitch.
Hold on. Whoa. See, I'm willing to have grace with the big back division of the dating market when you're humble. But when you're not humble, now Thon Wick has to enter the chat. Like when you start coming, see, this is why men don't have a lot of grace for single mothers, for overweight women, because the more we hype y'all head up and make y'all think y'all are like the women who aren't jacked up, y'all start to get arrogant. Then you think you start coming to the dating market acting like you're of the rare ilk. This is very insulting, man. You're at the bottom of the totem pole, and you've already given a few indicators. You're already tired of guys who need somewhere to live or need some money or something. That's proof that the options that are available to you are the worst ones, and your weight and your physicality probably put you there. In that circumstance where like all the guys you deal with, they're not the best men in the dating market. And then you're like basically doing all of the sisterhood, hyena cry, right? Like you just...
Be like believe in God. Yeah, Christian.
Okay.
Also, I want to say one more thing before we continue. Another sign of a woman who's very toxic, or a woman who has adopted a lot of bad belief systems and a way to just take care of it all in one punch, are these women who say that you have to have a good relationship with your mother. I'm not sure if you guys have looked around in the black community. Most people in the black community are very jaded and broken and indoctrinated with terrible belief systems. We do not come from a healthy community. Most of our fathers and mothers have a lot of issues. Like, You guys act like we come from you guys act like we come from a non-traumatic background and a non-oppressive background or something. Most of our relatives are jacked the fuck up. Let's just keep it a buck. We've all been silently thinking it. We love our people, but it is what it is. A spade is still a spade. Most of us have issues. Most of us have mothers we be better off not talking to. That's the truth, but nobody wants to say it. Because you only get one mama. All this weak ass shit we do in the black community. I'm telling you guys, get away from women who think like this. Because I promise you, on some level, they're looking for a black woman immunity, like to where they don't have to answer up for their flaws because all black women are perfect. It's this secret agreement that they'll all support each other no matter what, so that nobody has to be held accountable. We shouldn't play the game with them.
Okay.
Not too much.
Hold on, we got a sponsor. We got a Cash App sponsor. Cash App has definitely stopped the show. Harry Hogan says, just to get started, brother. Much love, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. I appreciate your contribution.
Mama, there goes that man.
Okay, let's get back into it. Thanks, Harry.
You know,
Not too much. All right.
yeah.
Oh God. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breaker. Okay, a deal breaker is like I don't like men that be like too hood. Like they be like, you feel every time they say a sentence, they gotta be like, you feel me? You know, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like they are the mumbling. Like I don't know what the hell you saying. Like no, can't do it. Or if you have gold teeth and your teeth are rotten under the gold teeth, negative. If you don't have dental insurance, negative. If you don't have health insurance, negative. Um, yeah, just the basics, like the stuff like that. That should be normal.
My dog died alone.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I'm big on like teeth hygiene. If your gums or if you have like those baby teeth where it's like half a tooth, it's not gonna work.
What the hell are you talking
If your
about?
teeth are, if you like don't floss and your teeth look like you got like butter caked up around it, it's not gonna work. If you don't get a haircut, it's not gonna work. Like if you don't keep yourself up, like do your hair, like hygiene, your haircut, just simple. Oh, this is another thing. If your nails are like jet black, like when I want to date with you, if your nails are like black and dirty, disgusting. And also, if your lips are like jet black, you need to stop smoking Black and Miles or weed, whatever the hell you smoking, or you need to brush your lips or something. Just stuff like that. It's like stuff that's obvious, like that you should, you know, like if I want to date, if I have like food under my nails, like you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like it's just like common sense.
Someone
Just
said,
stuff like that.
damn girls, what Jews have you been dealing with?
Bro, I haven't been dealing with it.
The lowest men on the totem pole. Because she's fat.
You get your big fat ass on somewhere. Then.
Like when you're heavy.
I don't deal with you big sassy ass broads.
When you're heavy in the dating market, you always have the most caution coming back out in the dating market after failed situations because you've dealt with the worst guys, because you're fat or you're sloppy or whatever the case may be, or you have piercings on your face. You don't know that things like this relegate you to the lower part of the dating market, with the guys who are coming fresh out of jail, guys who are in jail, guys who live with someone else, guys who have roommates, guys who don't have themselves together, basically. And you're the best that they can do at the moment. And they don't even really plan on, a lot of these guys could be something later on. So in most cases, women like you, they just want to deal with you for a little while until they get on their feet. Then they're going to get with somebody who's actually worth something. Right? And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm saying that you put yourself in that circumstance when you are an overweight woman. And that's any woman, not just black women, just all across all demographics. If you're an overweight woman in the dating market, you're setting yourself up to deal with the worst guys in the dating market. There's an outlier guy who only wants his woman heavy. But for some reason, he usually never has any money for some reason, though. He does exist, but for whatever reason, he's always broke as hell. I don't know why. I've never seen like the rich wealthy billionaire guy who just has to have a woman who's 300 pounds. For some reason, I've never seen it.
But I done seen some stuff. I'm like, what the hell? I be seeing some stuff like I don't understand what's going on. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, your deal breakers were long. But it went all the way to should he look a certain way? Should he make a certain amount of money?
I would say as long as he can take care of himself and be able to take care of himself. Like when I say that, I mean like pay his own bills, have a car, vehicle, gas, and then have a little bit of extra spending money to even date. But no, I would
Again, this is something so typical you see with heavyset women. I call it normalizing the wrong norms. You're by the time you get comfortable being at the bottom of the dating market and being in last place, you just become okay with the basics and just with the bare minimum. Like as long as you have a vehicle, a pulse, as long as you can just have a little bit of extra money to go out, like that doesn't say anything about the man's ability to take care of you long term over the course of a lifetime. It doesn't. Much love to Rockhound Publishing. He says she seems like she'd nag a man to death. Big sassy. Much love, Rockhound Publishing. Thank you. You one of them ones, bro. But yeah, it's concerning.
I would say the minimum probably like 65,000.
Okay, that's the minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minimum.
Let's do the
65.
Kendra Cam.
My God. Ma'am. Okay.
Oh.
What the
hell? Minimum 65. You got the game messed up.
All right.
I'm trying to.
Okay, I think we can see your legs. Can y'all see your legs?
I'm trying to back. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to. Let me put it up here.
Musty back behavior. What the mother?
Okay. I think we can see. Okay, we see you, girl.
We see you, girl.
Like Bernice. That's a big bitch.
Okay, woo. Turn around on him. We see you, mama.
Yeah, ma'am, no. You're overweight. $60,000? Don't try to sneak off with $60,000. That's an above average earning man. And I guess the more inflation rises, the closer that'll become to average income, I guess. That day's not here. And even when that day is here, I'm not sure if the guys making 60 are going to be spending 60 with women who could just easily go to the gym and be right. What makes you think you get above average? What's above average about you? And it's not rare money, but it's above average. What makes you think you get that? This has been the biggest issue surrounding these conversations since they started going popular. You women thinking that because you make a certain amount or because you live in a certain area or whatever crazy reason you conjure up, that you just get a guy making a certain amount of money, or you can just say, oh, bare minimum this amount because of what your needs are. Your dating market value will never be based off of your where you live on a map or your needs. It'll always be based off of the things that they've always been based off of. Your beauty, your femininity, your fertility, and more importantly and above all, your ability to cooperate with a man over a long period of time. Nothing could ever top that. Nothing will ever be able to top a chick who just is down with the cause, down with the culture, just doing what she's got to do.
So this is Angel, Texas, 39 Aquarius, does cybersecurity. One daughter that's 6, was once married. When was your last relationship?
My last relationship? Ooh. It's a good question. My last relationship, I guess you could say I'm dealing with options. But okay, so my last relationship, I would say 2020.
Okay.
I just want to say 2020. Okay. Yeah.
You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
The last time I was intimate with someone was 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
Three flaws you have to work on.
3 flaws I have to work on is I don't have a lot of patience. Like my patience is about this long. Like I don't really tolerate a lot of stuff, and I will cut you the fuck out. Like I'm very nice, but like if you just keep trying me, like I'm very polite and very.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Instead of y'all actually like this is black women, for you guys to be so narcissist centered, you guys are always trying to call out a narcissist or identify a narcissist with no background in psychological studies. You guys exhibit a lot of narcissistic traits. I'm starting to believe it's projection. Because again, you guys are using Kendra G's 3 flaws question, and you're using it as an opportunity to either compliment yourself or to send a dry threat to the next man. Black women of all cultures and creeds all over the country, I'm here to tell you guys right now, black men, we are not afraid of you. We don't give a fuck. Y'all not tough. You can't beat us in a fucking fight. Sit y'all weird asses down. The other women aren't masculine like you guys. This is why you guys don't get married as much as other men. You guys think you can look at your men and try to chest bump with us and shit. You cannot beat us, bitch. You're nothing. You're not better than your men. You're not stronger than your men. You can't take us. We're not intimidated by you. You're women. Like all the other women, you just act a little bit more rowdy and you act like a crip. That doesn't make you not a woman. I'm sick of black men we're in the dating market taking dry threats from our women before we date them. What the hell is going on? I'm not surprised Arab men, when we go in and get our little backwoods or whatever, they be looking at us like they hate us. They hate us because they see how our women talk about us and how they speak to us. And they know that if their women talk to them like that, here comes the stone. Like here comes the trash can or something. Like they don't play that shit. Black men are just the hostility. Just the everyday hostility black men have to deal with. Do y'all, like we grew up with black women. Do y'all, by the time we're 12, do you guys know how numb we are to a black woman cussing us out? We're not scared of that shit. We don't give a shit. They were like, I'm gonna cuss your ass out. And black men are like, oh shit, I'm gonna leave that sister alone. Let me get off her. She's feisty. Like, what do y'all think men are thinking? Do you all think men are that afraid of you? No men are afraid of you, but black men for damn sure aren't, because we know you. White men aren't even scared of y'all. Asian men, they're smaller and less coordinated. And they're not even afraid of your ass. Because I'm a man, I was put in a higher position in nature to be able to move shit, build shit, create shit, push shit. You don't do nothing. You get helped. You sit by while I do that. If y'all think black men are intimidated by you guys, y'all are out of y'all mind. We're used to y'all. Our TTs was out of pocket. Everybody, like, y'all always talking about your mama black, blah, blah. Yeah, that's how we know what the problem is. And not like we don't love the people in our family, but like most of the reason why we're on to y'all is because we looked at some of the women around us growing up, trying not to judge, but shit, we see what we see.
Sweet, but like if I feel like you're trying to play in my face, it's gonna be a problem. And then like I have a hard time trying to forgive people after they try to play in my face and apologize. I really be looking at you sideways. So I'm trying to work on forgiveness.
Beware,
and
man.
I'm also trying to work on patience.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
You don't want to mess with
Oh
her.
baby, a guy would be lucky to do with me because I am funny, I'm fun, I'm smart.
You a
And I
liar.
hate to say it, but every person I talk to, they try to come back. Like they trying to blow me up now. Like my ex-husband,
What the hell are you
I had
talking
to
about?
beg him to get the divorce. He like won't go away. I'm very because I'm loyal. I'm loyal. Like so, one thing about me is like
You a
when I'm loyal,
liar.
when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. Like I'm loyal. Like I'm not. Nobody's gonna ever be able to be like, oh, she did this to embarrass you. I'm very. I'm big on loyalty. That's like the number one thing. I'm funny, entertaining. You're not gonna be bored, and I'm considerate. Like I'm very considerate. Like so, like if you tell me you like something, or you tell me that you had a bad day. Like, I'm very considerate. Like, I'll surprise you. I'll be like, oh, you know, I'm very thoughtful. And I feel like
The
a lot
energy
of
is very
Aquariuses, I don't
combative.
know if it's just me, but I feel like a lot of Aquariuses put out a lot of stuff that they don't get back. Like, so when I leave people, they find themselves trying to come back because they ain't gonna find nobody who's that considerate or even just a whole vibe, you know?
Oh my God, ma'am, your head is so far up your ass, it doesn't make no sense. You have no clue who you are, where you rank. This is why men do ranking shows. Because if you women don't truly know where you rank in the dating market, how in the hell are you supposed to, how are you supposed to know who you qualify for? How are you supposed to know what's the maximum amount of money you can ask from a man? It's important. But if you're like her and you don't have any clue where your value actually lies, and you don't really have a good idea of where you rank, you just act like your ranking's high, and then have that bravado. And then if you lie to yourself for long enough, you start believing it. You start believing that people should see you as what you think you are. And this is one of the biggest things that I see women struggling with in the dating market. And you're like, oh, every guy who dealt with me regrets leaving me. It's like, really? I promise you, ma'am, when you're an overweight woman in the dating market, it's like, it's the same as being a man who doesn't have any money in the dating market. So again, every guy who's dated you at the state that you're in, he's gotten you at half your best. And I'm here to tell any woman who's ever been in any relationship overweight, you cheated the guy out of half the whole time. No matter what you complain about, no matter what your complaints are about who that guy was to you or whatever, you were always cheating him out of half of something that he's supposed to get just because you're around. Men should baseline expect that women are fit in the dating market. Black women have a higher expectation that men will deal with them at a disadvantage than probably any other culture of women. And it's probably because a few of us have. So that would be on us in that regard in so many respects. I'm not saying that all the accountability is on the women. Black men, we say things like more cushion for the push-in. We say things like, I like BBWs, and we try to, we on social media, we really cap about how willing we are to deal with a BBW long term. What we'll sleep with is one thing, but what we'll marry is another. And our overweight women, they usually are shapely. They might be overweight, but they're built good. So we don't really feel like we lost sometimes, depending on what overweight women we're dealing with. Some overweight women are curvy still. It doesn't mean every time she goes to the doctor doesn't say, you're overweight. You need to work out. Then they go on TikTok and complain and say that the doctor doesn't know what he's talking about.
They be looking stupid as fuck because you done fucked around and lost a good one. So it is what it is. So we're irreplaceable pretty much.
Also, Aquariuses are irreplaceable.
Yes, and I have several friends. I have friends that are like different signs, and they
Ain't
agree.
nobody
Like
shame.
we're good friends. We're good people. I don't know about the men. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about the I don't know about the men, but I'm saying, as far as I'm concerned, like we really do, like we appreciate like friendships. We're considerate. We don't play games. So people might be like, "Oh, you're mean." We're mean because you're not gonna play in my face and try to be doing all this bullshit. But besides that, like if you're being real and we really do like have our friends back, we're considerate. We'll drop everything and like help you. You know what I'm saying? Like we're very, very, very like nobody has ever had anything to say bad about me. Like they always trying to come back. If they done messed up, they're trying to be my friend again or something. So it's a reason.
It's a reason. Okay.
It's a reason.
Got you.
Hit the like button, everybody.
So let's do it. We got Angel. Let's do it. I think I got an Angel, Texas 39, Aquarius, cybersecurity, one door that's 6. Okay. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what currency this is in, so I'm not going to get excited too soon. But thank you for this contribution to the channel. He says, not just white women are competing for black women anymore. The world is now competition. I got the wife that I was looking for. All it took was a passport and to travel. plus lower cost of living and being able to do more. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think that that's something we haven't really gotten to get into because everything has been so like man against woman in the space. Everything's been so like combative in this space that we haven't gotten to talk about why, like other aspects of why the dating market is suffering. And the fact that it's harder than ever than men to make a living and to be able to do it comfortably doesn't have anything to do with why the dating market is suffering. Isn't it? That's not true. Like that's certainly that it's true. Like men are the fact that just 20 years ago you could pay your rent, you could work a job, work 40 hours a week, maybe even have the weekend off still, and you could have a car, you could have a house, you could save, you could have a savings plan, you could have a 401k. That's why back in the day, if you had a job, women said, "Ooh, shit, girl's got a job." Nowadays, because of now the cost of living and how because it's harder for men to make a living than it's ever been, women don't even have that same glare in a man's eyes. They know that the veil has been unlifted. They know that even some men working making $100K could be living check to check depending on where they are and what they got going on. So I definitely think that it's noted, and a lot of it sucks that so many of our men are having to go abroad to find cooperation and femininity. But black men, I tell you, if our black women are continuing to rebel with us and fight with us and give us hostility and masculinity where they should be trying to be feminine and friendly, I don't see how I can justifiably say, "Oh yeah, I'm against the passport bros." I never say that. I would never say that in a million years. Because I see what black men are up against, and I'm not happy about it. So all the detractors want the people to believe that I enjoy all of this just so that I can attack black women. But the truth is this is devastating. This means that if these women are birthing other young women, that means my sons probably won't have a lot of options of wives either, because I don't think that these women are great examples for the next generation of women. You see? So much love. Thank you very much for that. It says, "Lonnie sent you Monopoly money." I appreciate whatever contributions people send to the channel. I'm not mad at it. Philippines pesos. Okay, much love. Thank you. Appreciate you. Philippines 500 is $8. I'm about to go out there and ball out. I'm just much love, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for that contribution.
I don't think
Go out the
so. I
Philippines
haven't
with 500. I'm
registered
king for a
Okay.
day,
So
baby.
Sexy Eater is not taken. I checked when you called.
Okay.
I was like, let's see if her name is Sexy Eater. So you can make your name Sexy Eater on the Kendra G Singles dating app.
Okay.
Here it is. Sexy Eater. Well, make that
Okay.
your
I
username
beg your
because we have
pardon?
Sexy Eater,
usernames,
okay.
and this way the guy can find you fast. So this is it.
Sexy Eater. Sexy Eater. Jesus, lady. My goodness. Is that the best you could do? Like, come on, lady. You got to think. You got to think. This is public space and whatever. Sadly to say, I hate the weeks where we have to disqualify 2 demeanors. Sucks. Because it just seems like, you know, what are we going to do with our women if they can't even get off the starting blocks? And the starting blocks is having a good, marriageable, friendly, not even just marriageable, but just friendly, you know, it doesn't have to be about marriage all the time. Just a soft demeanor, whatever. A lot of y'all women, you guys are losing at loose neck. The Turning Dash says, "I meant black women are in competition with the world now. My sons are definitely getting a wife overseas, no doubt, when I have children." Yeah, and again, I mean, I respect if that's what you feel that you have to do. I'm gonna try my best to fight right here at home with the women, but I definitely do not judge men who choose to like just take their son somewhere else, man, because again, and I actually have recently been considering some places internationally, also because again, and not, but for me, it's for just lifestyle purposes, not for dating reasons. But when it comes to my kids, yeah, you want your kids in the best opportunity. You definitely don't want your kids in it. And you can see it in your eyes of your kids when they really admire black women the way that you did. And you have this level of anxiety when you know that eventually they're gonna hit that wall when they realize there's only so far you can go with our women. Not all of our women, not every single black woman in the black community, but generally speaking, there's this issue we're having with our women that I know eventually our young boys are gonna discover, and I'm worried about what that's gonna look like. Keeps me up at night.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or your Google Play Store and type in Kendra G Singles.
What's your name, honey?
My name is Desiree.
Desiree, where you calling us from?
Chicago, Houston.
Okay. We can't talk to you while you're driving, honey.
I'm not driving.
Oh, okay. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. What you do for a living?
Oh, I work for CTA.
CTA, Chicago Transit Authority, right?
I'm on the
I
bus.
live in Chicago. I'm actually coming to Chicago this weekend. CTA.
You want to see Beyonce?
I'm not. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Libra.
A Libra. You have any kids?
No kids.
Okay, you ever been married?
No, I'm 26.
Okay. I think I got it all. So we got Desiree,
Girl,
Chicago, 26, Libra, no kids, works for CTA, never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I need one that's gonna spin a bag.
I beg your pardon.
Got there early. The ladies don't play about a man with money in 2025. They're making it clear at the door how much money he got to spend. What type of bag?
Look, Kendra, I'm young. These boys in Chicago, they asking me to pay for their haircut. Why would I do that?
Oh my gosh, shawty, like you are the epitome of ratchet. I don't know. We might not even react to this whole joint because I'm not trying to be exploitive. You are 26. But again, the thing about 26-year-old women, y'all don't have a ton of time to play like what it feels like. A 26-year-old man can come back into the dating market at 46 with kids in a failed marriage. And if he's rich, young women will still want to deal with him and whatever. That's not true for women. Y'all have to make better decisions quicker. You guys have to lean into these conversations more than men do. That's the truth. It's probably more in women's favor that these conversations are happening online for women than it'll ever be for men. That's why the detractors of this conversation, not only are they ridiculous, they're counterproductive to their own success, unfortunately. Hit the like button on your way into the room, please. We just had an influx of people come in. Hit the like button. That'll help bring more people into the room. Let's get this conversation rolling.
Okay. So he don't got it. You're not paying for his haircut. He got to pay for your hair.
Excuse me.
So you want to spend a bag. Is there an amount he has to spend?
I wouldn't say. You know how back in the day men used to be providers? That's kind of like what I'm looking for. Don't ask me.
Okay, now, I like using black women's lingo on you guys because I think that you're very creative, and I think that black women are creative and more creative than black women are actually given credit for. That's not what it's given. Y'all say that's one of the best ones you guys have thought of. You guys come up with good ones every 5 years. That's one of the best ones you guys have thought of. If you want to deal with the marriageable women, this is why we do disqualified by demeanor in the beginning of the show. Because a lot of you women, a lot of our women who are rolling their neck, and shouts out to Anton Daniels, snatching dreams out of the air. A lot of you women want sophisticated black men, but you don't know how to send out the right frequency. So that's where people like me come in as the cousin who's nosy, who you don't even need his opinion, but he's giving it to you anyway, who says, hey, straighten the hell up. Stop acting like that. Stop talking like that. Take them nasty ass weave out of your head. Or if you're gonna get weave, do something that looks more like natural and festive and got from Black culture. You know what I mean? Not like blonde colored weave. This is how you keep This is how you keep Pookie's scent off of you, right? But you women want to come out acting like, I need you to spend a bag, and then have that demeanor, but then say, I don't want to deal with the thug guys anymore. Well, put out a different frequency.
Don't ask you. So you want a provider, okay? Anything else you desire?
I want somebody with a good personality that's always positive.
Okay. Should he? What's your deal breakers besides asking you to pay for his haircut?
I don't like cigarettes. I don't like black and mouths. I don't like pills. I don't. Nothing that might alter your personality.
She's been hanging around crash outs and killers. You remember that dude who wailed on this girl? She was like that. It was something going on, and like, I don't know what was going on. It was like he hit her, and she was just out of frame. And then there was like this other clip that went viral, and she was like, the reason why he hit me like that is because he's a tweaker or whatever. But he was still standing right back there. I was like, bitch, he'll hit you again. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was a long time ago. Black people in the Black community, the things we normalize. Much love to Wolf Stacks. He says providers because they don't want to work. Yeah, and I'm glad that you put it like that, Wolf Stacks, because again, a lot of Black women, and some Western women, I don't want to just single out Black women, but I see it in my community the most. You all want provider men, but you don't know what the job or like how to secure it and keep it. You never thought about the fact that if a guy is providing for you, that means no more dressing skimpy and going out to the club with your friends because that's just what they feel like doing. No, now you have a man who covers you, and you have a man who pays for your life now, so you don't get to do that. Y'all don't know that once a guy starts paying everything and so on and so forth, you're following his whole lead. His entire everything that he says goes pretty much. And if that makes you feel uncomfortable, know already you're not a feminine woman. Someone in your life taught you not to trust the men in your community. Because why would, even in a hypothetical dimension, would you pick a man who you have to question everything and every decision he makes? I would say in that hypothetical dimension, that's a woman who has issues with discerning men and vetting men. The reason why historically men have had to be involved with it, or you women can't do it right. Right? Let's read a super chat before I get back going. Discernment Dash has been he's been keeping the conversation going. He says Thon, this is what I mean. She's 26, saying too young to marry. Overseas, most girls' dream growing up is to be married and have a family, and some will even marry at as young as 18 plus. I know what you're trying to say. As young as 18 plus. Also, they're raised to be wives. Yeah, I mean, and you start realizing quickly the first time I heard somebody talk like this was the late great Patrice O'Neal. He was the first person, and he would talk about Brazil because he frequented Brazil all the time, and he always talked about how every time he would go to Brazil, it would just make him never want to come back to the United States. And he was saying that the way that he's treated there is just, there's no way he would even want to talk to a woman in the United States. And it was the first time I heard the passport bro like lingual. A lot of people think that the passport bro started on TikTok. Hell no, that shit was going on way before TikTok. Black men who had money were going overseas to other places to deal with other women on the regular. They were already on to what so many men are now on to. That our women have picked rebellion and odds with us. So we have to do what we got to do. Much love to Gary Legit. He says, keep it up. Much love. Thank you very much for dropping that 5 on the show. You one of them ones, bro. Let's get back into it. Let me make sure I didn't miss one. I think I might have missed one. Rockhound Publish. Wolf Stacks. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yep, everything's coming through.
I think that might not alter your personality. Okay. Should he
Make sure you got the right
a certain
Cash App.
way?
I would hope he's handsome.
Gotta be handsome. Now we kind of tackle this, but is there a dollar amount? The question is, should he make a certain amount of money?
Well, I make about 100,000 a year, so I would hope he gotta make more than me. Yes.
You gotta make 100K or more.
Yes, he has to.
You're making $100,000 a year at 26, working at Chicago's Central Transport. Maybe so. I'm not saying that there isn't a job there that pays that. Something tells me you don't work that job. Something tells me you're just saying that you make 100K so that you can ask for a man so that you can make. So maybe a guy who makes 100K might reach out, and then when he finds out you don't make it, you hope that maybe he just won't care that you really don't make that, and he'll just move past that because he makes 100K, and that's really all that mattered from the beginning. I do not believe. For some reason, I just don't believe you. I just don't believe it. I don't believe you. I believe that there are jobs at your transportation unit that you work at that probably pays that. I don't think you work that job.
So if he made 70K, you can't do it.
No.
Ooh, child, 26 years old, ain't even compromising no more for y'all, child. Men gonna have to rob a bank to get a girl in 2020.
Nah, he ain't gotta rob a bank, but you know, they gotta have some type of ambition, job, something. Like, y'all don't do nothing.
Well, here's, to be fair, that man exists. The question is, he just has to want to date you back.
Yes.
Yes. So there is a man walking that makes 100K and more. So let's see what happened, Desiree.
Me.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra cam. That's when you stand up and we see your full body.
Oh, I look good, y'all.
Well, that's why I said she look good. Don't play with her. Let's see.
Don't play with it. I'll be in the gym.
Oh, she be in the gym. Okay, you do look small. Okay, all right, you're small. Okay.
I like to work out.
What's your last relationship?
2 years ago.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Did that man make 100K?
But yes,
yeah, he worked 2 jobs.
So why can't you be with him?
What's wrong with that?
He got 6 kids, and he kind of got like an attitude problem, and I don't have an attitude problem. So it's like, I don't want to deal.
Oh my God, ma'am, you wouldn't have to have an attitude problem. I cannot listen to you walk around talking and like that in that voice. It's unbearable. It's unbearable. And most black women's voice is soothing to my soul. I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell y'all, I can't really do a lot of accents outside of black women. I just, y'all might piss me off in so many regards, but like the sound of a black woman's voice, it's just, I think I was just raised around a lot of, I got a good variety of black women. I was baptized in black women, and when you're raised around a lot of black women, but you have a particular voice, and there's a subgroup of women in the black community who have your voice, and it's this very naturally loud, unbearable, nails on a chalkboard. Like it sounds like you're always in a panic or some shit. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I couldn't. Are you saying that this dude has 6 kids? This dude made your requirement, but he has 6 kids. I'm pretty sure the kids weren't the problem. I'm pretty sure that there's something else you're not telling us, but you don't want to, because of course it would shine a truthful light on what you got going on.
Deal with no attitudes.
Okay, he got 6 kids and an attitude problem, so that ain't gonna work for you. No. Okay. All right. All right. Did we do your 3 flaws? 3 flaws you have to work on.
3 flaws I have to work on. I shut down when things get too much. I just stop talking. I be blocking people. Yeah.
Again, this is so typical. Just like the woman who we reacted to before. She says, when a black woman is put in a position to have to say something that is flawed about themselves, they just use that as an opportunity to compliment themselves again, or try to send a dry threat to, like, you know, my issue is I cut niggas off quick. It'd be like, it's like that. Look, ladies, there's no way to get ahead of a guy doing you wrong. On some level, dating is always a risk. On some level, dating is you're chancing something. There's no way to say the right thing and plant a seed in a person's mind to ensure that they don't do you wrong later on in the situation. And we're seeing black women do this all the time. They're like, oh, I've seen it before, so don't even lie to me because I'm going to know. And if you lie, I'm going to find out. Then it's going to be all messed up. And y'all be doing this like day 2 of knowing a nigga. And it's like black men don't want to be handled like that.
Flawless. Shoot.
You a liar.
You're flawless.
Shame in yourself.
Okay.
Ain't nobody shame.
That might be a flaw.
Say again?
I might play too much.
You might play too much. Okay.
No, that's fact, shawty.
What's the age range you want to date? You're 26.
If he gonna be as young as me, he needs to be like with no kids. And if he's like, then he have kids, but he gotta like take care of me.
Okay. Do you want kids yourself?
I do want kids. I want a family.
Okay.
Keep fighting for position.
Should he be in Chicago?
He doesn't have to be. I like to travel.
Okay. You're serious about somebody finding you.
Okay, I hope he can find me. I don't want to be lonely.
You don't want to be lonely?
Somebody just said I'm going to be lonely forever. No, I'm not. I'm great.
Okay, well, let's see what's going to happen. All right, girlfriend. We wish you the best, okay?
Yep, I hope to see you this weekend.
Yeah, I'll be in Chicago.
Yeah, y'all be in Chicago. See that? A 26-year-old and see this? 26-year-old and a 50-something-year-old all at the same event partying. The black community is suffering from arrested development, where you can see our elder women who are supposed to be mentoring our younger women and getting them ready for life and getting them together and whipping them into shape. Nope. Our half 100 women, they're in the club with the younger bitches shaking the. You gonna be at the Beyonce concert? Yeah, girl. All right, I see you there. It's like there's zero shame in the black community, I think, at this point. Like we're moving close. Like we're getting so close to like not having any shame left in the black community. It don't make no damn sense. You can be at the club and look over and be like, "Hey, mom." Like, you can't even shake your ass in peace. Granny might be there getting it in. It's like, what's happening with us?
For a few days. Okay. Bye.
On new Kendra G single.
Like, what's happening with our community where, like, our older women, they at the same place kicking it. 20 something. Kendra, she's supposed to be there maybe in some regards. You just too damn old to be at every single Beyonce concert. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just think you're too old. I don't know. And I don't care that you work it well. I think when you worked in radio, I think it was more justifiable. You could always be like, oh, it's my job or whatever. Now you're just 55 and just outside.
No.
Okay, what's your name, love?
My name is Tracy. How are you?
Yeah, Tracy, where are you calling us from?
Huntsville, Alabama.
Huntsville, Alabama. Don't they have a show based off of that? They have a show based off of that, right?
I got no comment.
Okay, that's the reason I know of Huntsville, Alabama. How old are you?
I am 47, 46.
Okay, 46. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini through and through. June is the best.
Okay. What do you do for a living, Tracy?
I work for Toyota, so I'm a lead over there.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I do. 5.
You have 5 kids?
I do.
How old are your 5 kids?
See, my daughter's graduating on Tuesday. She's 18, and my youngest is 7. So I gave birth to 1 and adopted 4.
Oh, you gave birth to 1 and adopted 4. Okay. Have you ever been married?
Yep, 20 years.
When did you get divorced?
A year ago. See,
Why?
had to wait till my daughter graduated. Did you say why? Well, one, I didn't want to raise my daughter in a single parent household. And we adopted 4 kids together, and he decided he didn't want to be a dad to those kids. So that was the final, you tapped on all the lines that you could have possibly tapped on. And that's where I drew it.
Did you adopt the 4 kids out? Are they a family?
Yeah, they're sibling group. No, they're not my kid. They're not family members of mine.
Oh,
no.
So did you adopt 4 kids at once?
Yes, they're a sibling group.
Were you guys on the same page when y'all agreed to adopt them?
Girl, yes. So what happens when you adopt, they interview each family member separate. So I was interviewed, my husband and my daughter. And if either one of us had said no, then they would have said, it's not going to work out. But everyone said yes.
And when the kids got there, he didn't want to do it no more?
No, they were already with us. We fostered them. So they were already with us. But a year into it, 2 years into it, he just checked out mentally. And I'm like, okay.
Okay. So that was the beginning to the end.
Yep, girl, yes. I mean, you done enough. He done enough stuff, cheated, everything else. But I didn't get married to get divorced, but I didn't get married to be cheated on either. And we got into a really great space. And my daughter, I think she was like 9 or 10. And she's like, Mom, what's going to happen if you and Dad die? I'll be in the world by myself.
Will Stack says she thinks she's the man and he left. A lot of times when men are listening to a lot of you women talk, sometimes it's not even a factor of what you guys even have to say. Men vibe, like a lot of times you guys are always talking about a vibe. Sometimes guys, we can feel it. We can pick up on it. Sometimes we can tell the vibe of a woman who can't get on a man's page. So you could be giving your excuse to try to be a victim, but there's something about your energy that just doesn't really like align up, and the guy is just like, I don't know. I don't know if I can trust her. And let's just continue. Let's continue. Let's let her go. Let's let her cook.
And so we decided to become foster parents, selfishly probably, but it's like, let's just foster and she'll get all these siblings. We'll have these kids come through. I'm a great mom. And it didn't.
What are the adopted kids' ages?
My son just turned 15. One is 11. My middle son is 11. My youngest son is 10, and my baby girl is 7. Okay. So they're siblings, but my baby girl I've had since she was 6 months old.
Oh. One pass?
No.
Out of the monster? Oh.
No. No, I'm saying my youngest, I've had her since she was 6 months. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So what made me really just buckle down and adopt was they would have separated them, and my older kids wouldn't have gotten adopted, because they were old. Nobody wants old babies.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. All right, so we got Tracy in Huntsville, Alabama. 47 is a Gemini, works for Toyota. Mom's to 5, 1 biological, 4 adopted children. Divorced, you said 2 years ago, right?
Yep,
now?
you got it.
All right. What kind of man are you looking for, honey?
Listen, so I have had to live in a space that wasn't feminine for the last 18 years. So
you a liar.
I've had to do it all. Pay the bills, change the oil, get the car fixed, do all of the things. I need a man that knows how to be a man.
Okay, now we're getting down to the bottom of what's wrong with you.
My dog die alone.
Now we're starting to figure out. Now we're getting down to it. Let's get to it. You said you haven't been able to be in a feminine space for 18 years and you've had to do everything and you whatever, blah, blah, blah. Why did you sign up for that? You're not a victim. And why would you think that a guy who you have to take care of, basically the entire time you were dealing with him, what would make you think he would be the guy who would have the the kind of attitude you're looking for to adopt children who are not biologically connected to him. You didn't think this one through, man. And I knew that there was something about your false victim energy that just, it was rubbing me wrong. I was like, I don't trust this lady. Not like she's a bad person, but I don't trust that she knows what she's talking about, or she has a realistic grasp on what actually happened in her situation with whatever this guy was and involving these adopted children. But let's continue.
Knows how to lead. That will not lead me into a ditch. My kids don't need a father. You know, I'm not looking for somebody to be
You a liar.
Oh, I don't need that.
Again, all of the indicators we need that you could possibly be a feminist woman, and the reason why men probably can't really get with you and deal with you long term. Somebody in my comment section already alluded to this, that you think you're the man and he probably dipped out. You already got me dealing with kids that were probably your idea. And you think you probably, and because you probably made more money, you probably thought that came with something. I can tell you got cute eventually. You could do it for a long, you could take care of him and be the breadwinner, and then eventually you broke, right? And then you started talking down to him, and what you thought he was just gonna take it, that he was just gonna you thought he was going to let you talk to him that way, and because a lot of times women like you guys are looking for a power shift. When you're making more money, the moment that the guy makes a mistake, you try to act like you always wanted to act because you make more money, and then he can never get the power shifted back to his side. And then you guys think he's just gonna get comfortable in that? No, he's just gonna, okay, go be a man and deal with these kids and everything like that. You got it. You got it, big man. I can tell I can tell that you're the problem, man, because I can tell you think you're better than black men. Just like how most women think that they're better, and you get in these dynamics so that you can feel powerful. And then when it doesn't pan out, you want to destroy the guy. You want to destroy his rep. You want to drag him through the mud. You got with him knowing he didn't have anything. Now you're dragging him through the mud online publicly because he doesn't have anything. Whatever you think about him, ma'am, you're probably not that much better than him. You're not in a better moral position.
But I need somebody that knows what it means to be a man.
So what does that mean? So what do you think what it means to be a man?
So for me, that means being a leader, a provider, emotionally, not just financially. Because see, I take care of mine. I don't get child support. I don't get anything. I take care of all of mine by myself. So I don't need you for your money. But you got your own, bring your own. You know what I'm saying?
You a liar.
I'm tired of this lie. This is a black woman. This is a strong, empowered black woman independence lie. You say, I don't need your money for anything. That's bullshit. Or you say, I can take care of myself. That's bullshit. Because if a guy deals with you and you guys fall for each other, and he just continues to let you pay your bills, and for whatever reason he never tries to move forward, and you guys never combine places or anything like that, you wouldn't find that guy interesting. And if you guys did combine places eventually, and you guys decide to cohabitate, if at that point he said, let's keep doing, we've been doing it half and half this whole time, so let's keep it going. You get half the rent, I pay half the utilities, we split everything, then we both save money, right? You keep this roommate mentality. For some reason, you guys always lose attraction to these guys. So when you guys come when you guys come into relationships flexing your independence like this, it's dishonest, because eventually you're going to get back to the ladder. You're going to be in that position we just discussed, where you're sort of on some level, because you've been dealing with him for a certain amount of time, you're expecting him to move into a leadership role. And if at any point you're expecting him to do that, it's not honest to say that you don't need a man for his money. This is why you independent women or career women, y'all lose at the beginning, talking about you don't need a man's money or you got your own. What does that matter if eventually I'm going to be paying for everything? What does it matter if you're independent? You're not going to be paying for anything. Eventually you're going to get pregnant. Eventually something's going to happen, and I'm going to be in the lead. So how do you get to come into the relationship using that as leverage when eventually it won't even be on the table?
Mentally mentally, be emotionally mature. I'm 46 years old. I don't have time to fix.
I'm
I
here
ain't
to
got
tell
time.
you
What she
right
say?
now.
I don't have time to raise a
We
man.
don't care. Let me tell you.
I don't have time for that.
This right here is why older women don't do as well as in the dating market. And for black women, you guys typically look better in older age than other demographics of women, but you still die hard because you come back into the date. If you guys want to know where you're losing to younger women, you're losing to younger women at all of the experiences you've had. Because what those experiences do to you is they make you think that you get to caution the new men with more severity. You think that the new men that come into your life, you get to caution them however you see fit. Because you've been through a lot and you'll be damned because you've seen so much. Guys just go deal with a woman who's in her mid-20s, maybe early 30s, who maybe only had a few heartbreaks and deal with her before we deal with before a 45-year-old man deals with a 45-year-old woman a lot of the times. Sadly to say. And I say that saying that black women are the most delicious demographic of women over the age of 45. Damn, do our women age well. But if the mentality is the same as any other cougar walking around in society, it doesn't quite matter. Much love to David Edwards. He came through and dropped 25. He is, again, 2 sponsors in a row. David Edwards. Show that man some love. Show him some love, y'all.
Mama, there goes that man.
David, that's 2 shows in a row, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Much love, David. Okay. Let's continue.
Question though.
Yeah.
So, do you want to get remarried?
A part of me does, but I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Again, Nia Long case study. Hi, Nia Long. You didn't have to say what you said, so now we're going to use you as an example. Doesn't really matter. I'm a small content creator who's banned beyond belief because he's so good at what he does. So this might not even get to you, but don't mind, I'm going to use you. Nia Long, a few months ago, put out a bogus, crazy statement that she's never seen a marriage work and that she's never seen anybody happy in a marriage. What happens is with post-war women, not just black women, but what you see happened is when their opportunities for marriage and a meaningful relationship start to dwindle, what they do is instead of accepting defeat, they try to act like they never wanted to win in the first place. This is very juvenile. This is Tracy Ellis Ross is on one of these campaigns right now as we speak also. And it's like men who say that like they don't want to be rich because they don't want to pay the taxes, or they find reasons to act like being rich isn't favorable, as if it's not a favorable circumstance in some way because it has drawbacks like every other. You know what I mean? Much love to Whoopstacks. He says mothers raise them like this, and they're men. Exactly. And mothers just taught black women not to trust their men in general, unfortunately. They said, focus on your education, then when you're 30, focus on a man. But here's what's the crazy thing. They never saw it work for any other woman in their community. They just told young women to do that. And they hadn't seen anybody in their life take that path and it led to a happy end. But they tell young women to do that. They say, oh, get your degree. And then when you're older and used up, come back into the dating market and get a man. That's why I think black women are trying to hurt the women in the dating market more than they know. Much love to Mr. Herbin. He says, love everything you do. He dropped 30 on the show, took the sponsor spot. We got a war going. Much love, Mr. Herbin. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much for coming through. That puts us at 90. We're almost there. Appreciate you. Okay. Let's get back into it.
So now, do you want a man that is just a part of your life, or you want this man to be a part of your foster kid's life too?
They're not fosters. They have my last name.
Okay, I apologize. That's your
My name,
adopted kid. Not your, I'm
yes, my
sorry, I'm
name.
not, I don't know, but I wasn't trying to be offensive.
No, no, no.
So
No offense.
you want to,
No offense taken. So you know what? So you can't be a part of my life and not be a part and not be a part of their lives. If in fact I introduce you, I'm introducing you because you know there's some viable potential. I'm not trying to. First of all, let me.
Okay, this is also a game that is played in the black community because I got the game sold up on black single mothers. Y'all not all the black men are gonna be able to come to this platform and get everything they need to be able to navigate and deal with the manipulative nature of black women. You guys are always acting like you're not actually really like looking for a father when you are too. This is something that we see all the time. Black women act as if they're good. Oh, my kids are good. It's like, well, if I were to date you and literally never pay attention to them because they're good, right? You're gonna see me as less of a man. But I thought you said that they were good. I thought you said that they didn't need a dad. I thought you said that they got a dad in their life. But if I were to come around them and literally just walk past them like they aren't there and go to the room, knock you down, O'Shea booty clapping sounds, go home. Am I bad? Like, am I bad for that? Am I wrong? Or am I just doing what you said the agreement was? See, if you ladies come out here dishonest and then somebody were to take you literal on it, you're ready to call them an FN. But it's like, what the hell, Mike? David Edwards just dropped 50. He said, back up off me. I'm taking that sponsored spot because I'm the number one. He says, because I'm the number one nigga. Much love, man.
Mama, there goes that man.
Thank you very much, brother, for coming through and stealing the sponsor spot back. Wolf Stacks dropped a buck just now also. Says single moms want men as delusional as them. Sad, yeah. Definitely. Kareem Bonus dropped 10 more. Says goal. Much love. Thank you, Kareem Bonus. Let's get it. My people showing love. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Okay. Let's get back into it. Much love, guys. Thank y'all.
Say this. I'm scared of the outside. You know, I haven't been outside in 20 years. You know what I mean?
Harry Hogan dropped 10 as well. Much love, Harry. Thank you. He says, finish it.
So
Goal.
I'm
Let's
new
get
to
it.
this all over again.
let me ask you a question. Because you said you want a man that knows how to lead. Like, you're tired of being the feminine one, holding down everything.
The masculine. Yeah.
But then you also said he doesn't have to be a father. So how could he come in and lead if being a man that would, be a disciplinary or just a man that could lay down a certain foundation is not required? So it's like you're saying you want a leader, but then you're also telling him in this area you can't.
Well, it's kind of
Armando Rojas says, bring your ass here tomorrow. I need my nightly content. Let's get it. Much love, Armando Rojas. He dropped 38 on the show as well. Appreciate you, man. Thank y'all very much. Y'all going crazy. Thank y'all. Thank you guys very much. All right, let's get through it. Thank y'all very much, Armando. You are the show sponsor, brother. Let's get it. Appreciate you. No, actually, I want to make sure. No, David Edwards is still the sponsor. My bad. David Edwards is still the sponsor. No. David Edwards is still the sponsor. He dropped 50. My bad, David. David Edwards is still the sponsor. Sorry, David. Y'all gotta drop 50 y'all gotta drop 50 to get that spot. My bad. Got the music off. Okay.
Right. So
my bad, David.
I'm not.
David Edwards is in the sponsor
What
spot.
I want is.
Appreciate you for that, Armando. Though. I do. I appreciate you.
A man that knows how to be a man and lead. I'm not saying, hey, don't come in here and you can't.
What the hell is even that?
It's husband, wife, and children.
Now, ma'am, I can feel it in my bones that this isn't a matter of Omar Lee says there is no honor meeting your little bastards. I mean, and again, it's like trying to act as if it's a privilege. Like, and I'm glad you said that, Omar, because again, I was telling you how Black women try to act like you it's a privilege to meet your kids so that you don't pay attention that it's a burden that you have to be near them. So they try to get ahead of you and say, oh, you'd be so lucky, so that we don't pay attention to the fact that they're extra finance, that they are literally another sperm, the walking embodiment and sperm of another man that's hungry and wants to eat my stuff. And every time I eat, he wants to eat. Every time I got to do something, he want to do it with me. Whatever. If he get in trouble, I got to deal with it. If he bucks up with you, I got to get in between it. Right? Like you guys, I told you, single mothers who do good in the dating market are the women who say, look, they're just honest. They're very transparent. They're like, I know you shouldn't have to deal with these kids, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a better woman because you have to deal with kids that aren't even yours. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to be more likely to shut up than the next woman. I'm going to be even more submissive. I'm going to be even more cooperative. I'm going to even work on being better in bed. Everything, in every aspect, whatever it means to be a woman, I'm going to do it even more. Because before I got to you, I wasn't who I was supposed to be. That's accountability. And men can do something from there. We can't do something from my kids is a package deal, or you don't even get to meet my kids. Who say you even get to meet my kids? It's like, hold on. Don't try to act like I should be so lucky for something that I shouldn't have to pay for in the first place. This is decisions you made before me. Don't try to act like I should be so lucky now. That's not how it works. And you see black women do this more than any demographic of women. They're like, well, who said you even get to meet my kids? It's like, what do I win? What prize do I get for getting to know your kids who you had by another man? What do I really truly get? They're a blessing to you and your mama and your people. What does it do for me? Hawk Thomas says, Don Prom King, fresh. Much love, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, big dog. Thank you. Let's get back into it.
If we are now one and we have done this, you've earned that position to come in and lead and lay down the foundation and be that person. But off the bat, I'm not looking for a father for my kids. But if, hey, I see you, we can do this, then let's do it. But
oh, so I'm not looking, but if he decides it's all right. Yeah, that's dishonest. I'm moving like that. That's very dishonest. Very dishonest. And that's just because you can't come in and say, I'm not looking for a father for my kids, but say, well, but if that's what it leads to, you always want it to lead to that. What about if it never leads to that? Will he still be valuable to you? That's what I would ask you if we were talking. If it never leads to him wanting to have any kind of relationship with your kids, will he still be valuable to you? If the answer is no, then that means you do need a stepfather. You do want them to be a father to those kids. Stop lying. Single mothers, you guys are not hopeless women. But if y'all are going to come out into the dating market lying because you're insecure about your past and being dishonest and sending dry threats and whatever, just for real, like, go find... Dogs are for sale, and there's so many of them, and there's so many breeders all over. You can get one, I promise you, because they're all over. You should see how many dogs are all over. Just dogs everywhere. It's stray dogs. You can pick a dog up off the street, get it shots. There you go, because I'm telling you, you ladies are gonna need some company. Because I promise y'all, the dating market doesn't about give a damn about like this, your fear, your apprehensions, what you've been through, who like how you'll be damned if it's gonna happen to you again. I've been through too much. No, the dating market don't care what you've been through. Even men should take that and adopt that. The dating market doesn't care what we've been through. The dating market expects you to come whole and ready to produce something. Nobody cares about what we've been through, y'all. We got to come out into society and do what we got to do. Nobody cares about what we've been through. That's the truth.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
33. And what do you do for a living?
I work from home for American Red Cross.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have 3. My son is 16 and my twins are 7.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
No.
No. Are your kids by the same man?
No.
And what's your zodiac sign?
Virgo.
Virgo. So we have Ashley, North Carolina, 33 Virgo, works in you said Red Cross at home?
Yes.
Okay. Mine are 3 children. My 2 men never married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I got some things written down. So
Oh my
We got a
God.
list? Okay.
yeah, well, just a few things.
I don't think there's ever been a time in the history of this show when a woman has a list, it's gone well. And I don't know what that even signifies. Usually I have some sort of like intellectual perspective behind certain observations I find with these shows. This one has me completely baffled. And Kendra's pointed it out as well, and she didn't steal it from me. She also just observed it independently like I did. When you women have a list, the likelihood of you actually being a reasonable person goes down. And I think it could be, I'm not for sure, but it could be because you women have thought so little about what men are looking for in the dating market. And so many of your standards are based off of what you believe the dating market should be and not as it is, that the list is always just full of useless things or things that are out of touch with the way that men think. And it does matter what we think if we're the one who eventually has to say, we go out, or would you marry me? And you can't ask yourself those questions. So that means on some level, men have control in dating and relationships. That means Beyonce kind of lied. You really don't run the world. She lied. She's a liar. No offense. And most entertainers are liars, in a sense. I think even the more I get into the comedy work that I do, skits and certain things that you guys will see, embellishment is required to entertain. I get it. But some people, they literally put out a strong message of like singlehood, leave your man, and all this other stuff, but really they don't even want to, they would never leave their man. The last thing they're thinking about is being single, but they're promoting it. That's what bothers me.
Things that I thought I would write down just so I'd be ready.
Okay.
So I put a good sense of humor, stable, honest, respectful, able to communicate,
Listen to the breathing.
emotionally available, and spiritual.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
The deal breakers would be lack of trust, abusive, that could be mentally, physically, emotionally, and lack of intelligence.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Not necessarily. I would just want him to be taller than me. I'm 5'4", so, you know.
I don't think that's hard to cover.
Well, that should be easy. The short girls, you got it easy. Everybody taller than you.
Right.
Should he make a certain amount of...
The shorter you are and the heavier you are, the more you are off-putting to men, though. You got to keep that in mind. When you're short, when you're short and low to the ground like that, and the bigger you are, the more you imposing you are to you big Marshawn Lynch built chicks. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, look, man, listen. Black men don't want to be muscled around by their women. And I know y'all tend to like skinny guys. And whatever, for some reason, that's how y'all love skinny guys who are trying to get on their feet. Let's just press play, man.
Money.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because I've been I signed up for your website, your app, and I would say maybe like 100,000 a year. I'm in school right now getting my master's, and I feel like, you know, in life you have to surround yourself by people that are above you so that you can learn from someone. I like to learn. I'm a sapiosexual, so I like people's mind and conversations.
I'm
and
here
things
to
like
tell
that.
you right
So
now.
I would want him to be wealthy. So that,
See, ma'am, stop. Like, see, because you want a man who's like, and you're sapiosexual. That's cool, whatever, blah blah blah. But men, even men who probably say that they are sapiosexual, they're always more visual and physical than they'll ever be emotional. You can be sapiosexual. See, I see big women doing this more than anything. Really, love is in the eye of the beholder. Like, really, I'm into personalities more. Well, you better expect that men aren't thinking that way. Your physicality is where you bring value, especially before we even know if we want to talk to you about anything. You have to think about before we even know you. Since we're the hunters in the dynamic, how do you make yourself valuable prey? Here we go. Now we're cooking. If we're hunters in the dating market, if men are the metaphoric hunters in the dating market, women, how do you make yourself valuable prey? If to be prey was a valuable thing in whatever hypothetical quantum reality. Your fitness, because he does not know you, your body type. It's already been proven scientifically. We like a Coke-shaped, bottle-shaped woman, not just because we love ass and hips and a small belly. It has a lot to do with us being able to know if you can bear children and if you have hips that are capable of getting it done. Right? Because you have a bone that actually has to snap. You guys this hip actually, like a part of that mid bone there even has to break or something like that. It's pretty awesome what women can do. But I'm just saying, I don't know how I got there. Let's get back.
Once I do step into my field, we would be able to match, the same level.
Gotcha. If he made 70K, does he have a shot or no?
Yeah, I'm not really picky about it. I would just, he needs to be stable. He needs to be able to take care of himself and understand that I have children. And, I'm tired of doing things by myself. I'm looking for somebody that will be able to help me out. And
see, black women, you guys have like dealt in this world of I do it by myself. I'm independent so much that it becomes your marketing point to a man. No man is ever going to come and want to take care of you because you're tired of working and because you've had to be strong so long. You guys are coming to men complaining where you're supposed to be offering up value. Instead, you guys are like, I've been the man. I've been the man for a while. Could you help me? That's not attractive. That's not appealing. It's depressing. It's low vibrational. Makes my dick soft. You're like, could you just come at least get a bill off of me? It's like, that's not the way to get value, black women. The way to get value from any man is your cooperation, your fitness level. That's how we ain't even gonna care if you're cooperative if you're not fit. You ain't fit, we don't even want to talk to you a lot of the times. A lot of the really good men, if you're not fit, they don't even want to talk to you.
Be married, and I'm looking for a partner.
Hit the like button, everybody.
The men gonna say, did your 2 baby daddies make 100K or more?
No, they didn't.
They didn't. So I told we got a new saying on my show. You want the BTBD. BTBD. Better than the baby daddy men.
Yes. And I was young. I had my son at 17. So I was just, young and just doing things and just out here living life. And at 25,
they're always young.
Girls,
they're always young somehow.
I was really in love with my baby daddy, and we had a really good relationship. But that's where the abusive, mentally, emotionally, verbally, comes in. So, it just didn't work out. I have to pick me and my kids. So,
gotcha. Okay, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay, let me take it off the charger.
You women have to really know what you're doing when you're just breeding with another person. Because regardless of what you guys feel about your father, the child's fathers, when you guys are breaking these homes up, the kids are at a vast disadvantage. They're at a disadvantage that you wouldn't believe just because they don't see him every day. Haven't you all noticed any of the nuclear families who might be tuning in? Mother could be getting one treatment from the child at one moment. Then when the dad walks in, the child changes the way that they behave. That in so many regards in a small way encapsulates a man's value, just with a small example though of how men's influence. We don't even have to open our mouth. When you see kids like my kids try all type of stuff, and then as soon as I come in the room, it's like their butts just like get glued to us. It's like boom. It's just like, and I didn't even say anything yet. I'm just like, well, I guess I know some out of pocket shit was going on in here before I came in here. It's how I gauge them. But again, let's get through the Kendra cam.
See me. Let me put my phone up. Stay in the light.
Well, yeah, it's dark, honey.
Can you see me?
Okay, we can see you though. We can see you.
Jesus. If I had to guess, I'd probably say you're probably close to 300 pounds, maybe. Damn, ma'am. Like, yeah, ma'am. If I had to guess, I'd probably say you're close to 300 pounds, maybe. My goodness, ma'am. I mean, shit. And you're 5'4". I'm here to say this. Of course, you're below average. Even you were below average probably before the weight. That's the truth. You don't just get above average money because you make above average money. And I can't even believe we even still have to say this at this point, but it looks like we're going to be fighting with women for decades, because if you guys think we're going to move on this and we're going to budge on this, this is going to be an ongoing debate for the next 20, 30 years. Because I promise you, men aren't going to say, okay, ladies, we care about your money and we're willing to let you pass on weight and kids as long as you got a good career. It's not going to happen. So what y'all gonna do? I'm talking to all you progressive thinking modern ladies. Like, what y'all gonna do when men are not going to change for you? And y'all want marriage and relationships more than we do, even though we're the ones who are the responsible for it happening in the first place. That means inherently you don't have a lot of leverage. I'm saying you have none, but you have a lot. You don't have as much as the man. I'm not saying you have none. I'm just saying you don't have a lot. And that is absolutely a stripper pole.
Well, yes, I'm very serious about my meat. Yes.
Again, ma'am. And again, like, you got a stripper pole in your house. Thank goodness the commenter said that. I didn't even notice. Like, you got a stripper pole in your house. It's like, ma'am, you're not the rare money woman. And some women might say, "Oh, Don, some women get stripper poles so that they can like get in shape," and that like it's if you ain't like that ain't what I am not interested in women who are. There are so many gyms around. If you get a stripper pole to get fit, there's a little hole in you. Stop.
Okay, girlfriend. Ashley, right?
Yes.
Should the man be in North Carolina?
No, he doesn't have to be. No. When I put on your website, I put it, for the miles to be, a wide range of miles, just because I don't want to limit myself.
Okay. I want to say this because you mentioned the app. You keep saying website, but you mentioned the app. But we don't ask the salary question on the app.
Yeah.
So I do, because you said salary, so I was on your website. I was going to say, so for all those concerned, there is no salary requirements on the app. Just FYI, we're not asking for your income taxes, child.
Right.
What was your last relationship? Did you tell me?
My last relationship?
Stripper pole, like
3 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Beginning of the year, like January, February.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I'm a little emotional. I'm bipolar, so I take medication for it, and I just want to be transparent that sometimes I get a little beside myself. If I get pushed to that limit. I'm a really sweet, calm, laid back type of person, but when you start poking the bear, I can get a little rowdy.
Again, man, like, I just can't believe black men are like, and listen, I say this saying that I'm very sensitive to your mental health struggle. That's something that's plaguing the black community. We don't talk about it enough. I get it. But again, the whole like if you poke the bear, I get rowdy. See, this is why like black people, like we need to get help. But sometimes if we have a diagnosis, it can work against us, and we'll crutch it for all of our like. We use it as a crutch for all of our other bad characteristic traits. Because bipolar people could just be sitting there having a cup of coffee and nothing's wrong with them, and they could be having a perfectly good day, and something tells them throw this cup of coffee right in his fucking face. Right? And they were getting along. It could be like a friend they haven't seen in 30 years and somebody who they love dearly. You're taking something very serious and trying to, and even though I think you really deal with it, I think you're using something that you go through that's very serious and trying to like conflate it with bad behavior you had independent of the bipolar disorder. Like how women do this with their cycle too. They're like, I'm a bit of a bitch. Like every time I date a woman and she's like, I'm a bit of a bitch during my period. Are you okay with that? I'm like, I am okay with that. Are you okay with being away from me every day of your period? Like, I mean, I'm okay with you being whoever you think you're supposed that this bad person you get to justifiably be for 7 days. I want to justifiably be away from you for those days, and then we'll get back up when you're done conjuring. She's like, when you poke the bear, I might just snap. It's like, that's not what bipolar people are dealing with. You just sound like a crash out. Like a crash out, bipolar person, crash out, bipolar person. You're two different things. Rum says, poor, obese, picky, bipolar, poor. She picked all the struggles. It's just, and she didn't have to come on here. I'm done having like this black man like sympathy. Like it's just, these women do not have to come outside and present themselves the way that they present themselves. They're doing it on, it's on them. They don't have to. The internet does not force anyone on it. I'm tired of people like you explain. It's like, even with Kendra, I'm starting not to think that her show is not, it's not exploitive. It's not good for black women, but I'm starting to change my opinion on it being exploitive, because then women don't have to call her show. Shit, they don't have to call her. Yeah, black people, they always somehow forget. And like, next thing you know. But like, again, it's like some bipolar people are on their medicine and they be like firing off on people and then be like, oh, I'm bipolar. It's like, but was that the bipolar disorder? Or were you just having a bad day? Like, y'all don't just get an excuse to just go through the world brolic now.
Ooh, child. So you take medication for your bipolar?
I do.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your transparency.
You gotta be. You gotta know, let people know what you're walking into.
This is true. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I would say just my emotions. I don't know. I've gone on a spiritual journey that I've, gone through therapy, and I'm kind of secure with who I am. I'm not gonna say I don't have flaws, but off the top of my mind, I really can't think of much, but just emotionally making sure that I'm not, how can I say it? Make sure I'm not doing too much. I get, attached easily, things like that.
Okay. That's 1 flaw, or that was all 3?
Yeah, ma'am. I think you probably shouldn't focus on dating and probably potentially maybe consider getting some help, right? You might do what you want. I mean, you're grown, but in my best opinion, I probably would say you probably should get some help, get some therapy, right? And you're probably gonna need therapy for a while. Like, you probably don't need to be dating, man. You're already battling bipolar. If you're really battling bipolar disorder too, man, that's just, I don't know. I don't think you should be trying to be out here in the dating market. Now, there are some things I wanted to talk about just briefly before we end the show, because there's some I want to start taking care of our housekeeping news or like just our daily news, trending news in the beginning of the show, and making an actual segment of it, and chopping it, making it a video that we post. DDG has been dealing with some things. I don't like speaking on this young man too much. I don't know him. I'm gonna say this. I think a lot of times the more the money that we make, the more money that we make as black men, we're more at risk of being jerked around in the court system and stuff. I think we got to really be careful with who we have kids with, black men, when we get older, because the system don't like they don't like us when we broke, man. They don't like us when we don't got 2 nickels to rub together. But when we got money, shit, they hate us. I really think that Tyrese got done the way he got done, because they didn't like seeing that nigga make that money. They didn't like seeing them tax returns. They're like, who is this nigga? Like, you'll end up with these crazy visitation situations for some reason when you're a black man and you got a lot of money. Like Kanye West plays an astronomical amount of money, I think, to almost just about never see his children. I'd be going crazy, disguising myself and cosplay and cussing everybody out on Twitter too. I'd be losing my damn mind too. If I was paying an amount of money that could start a Walmart every month to a broad who's useless and I still don't get to see my kids, yeah, I'll probably be ready to, I'll be trying to run fades and run 30 with everybody like he been doing. It's like everybody who he used to love, he trying to fight. It's like everything's crumbling down. You can't be with your kids. Your life just ain't this. It's not whole. I saw a video where DDG had his son on his lap, and his son spoke a word, and it was a beautiful moment, and DDG was like, he's talking now, and DDG was just filled with so much joy as a father. And he just had this, DDG is one of those pretty boys who can smile with his eyes, right? And he just was filled with so much joy. And it was just this beautiful moment. But then I also had to take it with a grain of salt, because I just was like, damn, like, this dude didn't even know his child was talking. Like, how much did this dude get to see his kid? It was like, and it was how seamless Halo said the word that he said. Shouts out to Halo, beautiful kid. And it just shocked him. And he was just like, damn. He was like, he's talking, y'all. I guess she just recently filed, a restraining order on him and so on and so forth. And saying that he's threatening and whatever, but I don't know, man. This is the same guy who, when she was like kind of being unfair to him and the internet was, in the beginning, she was being unfair to him and the internet was kind of giving it to her. He was the same guy who told everybody, hey, leave her alone. She's going through postpartum. You guys don't understand what it's like to push a baby out. It just seemed like when he was with her, it just seemed like he was such a gentleman. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with these 2 young people, but I hate to see it just seems like, man, when you're a black man, we got to be careful. They're after, like it's like our image is so hard to keep a successful black image clean, man. Why is it so hard to keep a successful black image clean? And I guess there's some text going viral where I guess he showed up at the apartment and I guess took a picture and whatever. Like, something about I ain't gonna lie, something about the girl, she remind me of a white girl. She remind me of like them women who like, you'll think everything is cool and then she'll be like, I just need you to leave me and Halo alone for a while. Like, you be like, what? Like, what happened? Like, I thought, like, I just want to come pick him up. It's just like, I just think we need some space from you. Like this is, you do know that this is my son, right? And she's like, I'm gonna get a restraining order. I don't know, man. She just looked like one of them girls, and there's already this compilation of her basically saying she's toxic. It's going viral going the first page of World Star right now, and she's on there like saying like, y'all, I'm not as nice as I appear online. She's saying like I cause problems and all this, and all her fans are just ignoring it. I'm just like, I don't know. And I'm not taking a side. I'm just saying, I don't know. It looks pretty fishy. And I All I see is a dad who really, really, really wants to be with his kid, and it seems like he's having a hard time doing that. I'm done focusing on black women's gripes when there's a black man in the midst of the situation, and all he wants to do is be with his kid. And then you're talking about, oh, one time he grabbed my arm. It's like, all right, man. That's that scary stuff that white women do to you in the back end. Like, you think everything is sweet on the way out with a white woman, and she'd be like, well, remember when you grabbed me up that one time? You're like, what? It's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I didn't do nothing to you. She'd be like, it was just, I was uncomfortable. You'd be like, hold on, what are you talking about? Hold on. And that's that energy that, like, Haley give off. Like, you could think everything is sweet, and then, like, I don't know. And I think it's because her and her sister, since they've immersed online and become like they've been treated like royalty, they get that online protection from a lot of women or whatever. And I just think that gives some women a complex. And I'm not saying that DDG is perfect in all of it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he might have done a few things wrong, but I don't know. If I know anything, I know a good father when I see it. I know, like, a willing father when I see it. And when I see, like, situations where the relationship goes bad and the woman is just like, oh, well, you don't need to see the kid as much then. I'm not with that. I don't support that. Like, I never be with that. Let that man be with his kids. I don't care what the situation is. He should be able to be with his kid. And she shouldn't be able to just, like, decide how long, when. That's bullshit. Like, I hate, like, that's just... It's messed up. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank y'all for coming out and rocking with me. Much love to our sponsor of this show, and David Edwards, a champion of this show, a champion of a sponsor. Much love to everybody else who came through and rocked out and supported the show as well. And our first sponsor who got it started, Harry Hogan, and it led on. Appreciate you guys for coming through. I'll be back here tomorrow with more work. You guys be good. It's ThonLexy.